Okay, today's video we are going to talk about how to make money from your Google Ads and the content suitability feature of Google Ads, which is basically the feature that lets you be a little baby and restrict your ads from being shown on videos like mine that have vulgarity on them time to time, and how you can make more money, specifically 10% or so more money from your ad campaigns, more sales, more ROI as well, by going ahead and going with the least restrictive part or setting on this content suitability feature. You can make extra money in your campaigns, specifically display and or YouTube campaigns that you're running, simply by taking the setting and therefore ad inventory, places where your ad will show that nobody wants, okay? What nobody wants, PPC in a lot of ways is like day trading stocks. What you're always trying to do is find out where everybody's wrong, and then where everybody's wrong and that nobody wants, given that an ad space more specifically, that nobody wants is usually undervalued, and you can get more profit out of ad space that's undervalued than other places where people have overvalued the ads, where the cost is high for what you're getting. Having your ads show up on videos where there's profanity or sexual content, not actual porn, but stuff like chicks in bikinis, whatever, which probably shouldn't even be saying all these words because this video is going to get not get the exposure it needs. But with that said, you have your ads show up during those videos, which it's not even that big of a deal. You can get these extra conversions, and all it took was simply going into your campaigns, clicking a single button, and you're already done. Campaigns by default are not set up to run on videos, on YouTube, or on Google Display Network, with that, websites that are a bit more risque because they don't want, because the average person doesn't know how to restrict their ads, so they just restrict everybody's ads right from the get-go, which is why there's a fairly significant opportunity for you to make money with Google Ads by going in unrestricting your ads, which by default it should just not be restricted, because most people don't care. Just like you probably are nodding your head, you'll take extra sales if your ads end up on videos where there's chicks with bikinis on it. You'll take the sales, you won't turn it away. That should be the default feature, and it's not. So I'm going to explain how we did this for our own brand. Yes, I'm a man of culture. I don't care where my ads show up as long as it makes me money. And if you're like that, you should definitely hear the results of our case study here. And for other clients that we have at the agency, of course, people have their different opinions about this. For me, as long as the money's green, I want it. So if you want to make some extra money on your display and YouTube campaigns, you should watch the rest of this video. Getting into the content, so the content suitability portion, which is under the campaign settings of your display, Google Display, and YouTube ad campaigns, you get to decide if you want standard inventory or expanded inventory. Okay? Standard inventory being, like I was saying before, the default setting. Okay? That's the default setting every display and YouTube campaign has by default, which excludes by then default the most profitable placements that your ads can run, the most profitable videos when you're talking about YouTube ads, the most profitable placements when you're talking about display network ads, namely, like banner ads and stuff that you're running on different websites through Google Display Network. So why are the most profitable placements in the expanded inventory? Why are they profitable? Because nobody else chooses them. Going back to the day trading thing, you find places to run ads that people think don't work but do work, there's abnormal returns there. To get good returns and above average returns running ads for your business, If you do what everybody else is doing, you're going to get everybody else's results, which most people make no money with their ads, and they just don't know it because they aren't tracking it good enough, or barely anything. So you got to think outside the box if you're really going to make money. And really, you don't have to get creative, because you can just watch the videos on my channel here and get the stuff that's working, because this is all I do all day long. And on this channel, I'm just telling you what works. So, and I'm not, you know, and I'm in the trenches doing the stuff on an ongoing basis. So anyway, the ads are not used because the standard inventory is what people have by default. And I can tell you less than 5% of the time people are going to go in there and make sure their ads show up on the expanded inventory. So because no one else chooses them, and due to the laws of supply and demand, baby, there's a better return with the expanded inventory than with the standard inventory that Google is going to let you have by default. So all you got to do after this video to make an additional 10% or so money is go into the settings on your campaigns, your display and or YouTube campaigns that you may be running, turn on expanded inventory. If you're worried that the expanded inventory, and if your ads show up on videos where people are cussing, or a bikini video, or some, a video where there's like it's on the beach, it really doesn't even, from what I've noticed, has to take that much before it gets on this filtered thing. I talked about earlier, just saying certain keywords on a video can get you placed where you're not now included in the standard inventory anymore. So you got to be careful what you even say. Because the machine learning algorithm that judges all this just isn't very good. It tries its best. So anyway, as mentioned at the start of this video, we ran a split test for our agency to test and see if we wanted to know for, like you should do. Shouldn't ask, does it work, does it not work? Your goal is to try everything, measure it. Even if 1 out of 10 things you try in advertising works, it's okay, because you can run that thing now for the next 10 years. Think long term. We tested the expanded inventory versus the standard inventory for our PPC agency, guaranteed PPC. What we do is we run YouTube ads. And those YouTube ads get in front of people. Let's just tell you, that if you have a YouTube channel, you should do the same. We have ads that show up for people after they've already watched our channel, subscribed to it, whatever. Just, reintroducing to them and educating them that we also have a guaranteed PPC service here at our agency, and you should try it, essentially. Once people are already familiar with us, it works good. So, and instead of having this weird conversation with a client to test this, we just tested it with our own stuff. And turned on the expanded inventory, and then found that the cost per click was like 10% less, roughly 10% less than what we were paying for a click through our video before, just simply by turning on the expanded inventory under content suitability. Okay. On top of that, if you're wondering if it converts as well, it basically converted the same as it always was. And the way that I conducted this experiment was I made the switch from standard inventory to expanded inventory on our YouTube campaign, and then we ran that for 30 days, and we compared that next 30 days to the previous 30 days to that, so it's a month-over-month test. And then here's the results that we found, so you don't have to run this test for yourself. We had a 10% decrease in the cost per click. We had a 6% increase in impressions, or number of times that the video ad's physically shown, which is the second way that you're going to make money from the expanded inventory feature on Google after this video and you turning it on, because it's going to physically be able to, because once you have an audience that converts, your campaign converts, it's going to keep doing its thing. Well, now if you can show your ad more times to your converting audience, you should be able to make more money. Not always, because there's a point where, if you could just simply run more ads to the same audience forever, and to make more money forever, that's what everybody would do. But you get burnout on your audience list. But when we're talking about minimal increases here, you should pretty much expect that you'll get shown more, and then of the more showings you get, the conversions that you're getting, that you're normally getting from that campaign should go along for a ride, and they should come up together like it did in our example. Actually, in our example, we got 12% more conversions month over month once we turned this feature, simply turning standard inventory to expanded inventory under the content suitability. So, really good results. Now, that's not obviously, enough results to get all excited about and tell you all your friends about, but it's statistically significant results, and it's just another thing you can put in your tool belt, another thing you know about to make more money from ads. You make 10% here, you make 10% there, you do this, every year 4 or 5 times, you do this over the next 5 to 10 years trying to build up campaigns for your business. You're making a few $1,000,000 a year extra once you get this thing, once you've went through the gamut of figuring out how to optimize your campaigns. This is how you make millions of dollars on ads. Everybody wants that one ad that's going to make them $10 million, and unless you sell something that's highly in demand and with little competition, it doesn't happen, basically speaking. Competitive markets is about figuring out what your competition's not willing to do and that the consumer wants, which is the most important part, because if you do that, Google's going to reward you, /Facebook's going to reward you, and you're going to make more money than your competition. And there's a point where if you beat all of your competition or most of them for what it costs to get in front of those people, you're going to get more out of the ad space than them, and therefore you basically have to make money at that point in time. Your goal should be to have a better ad and landing page and experience for the user than all of your competition. And it's not that hard in most niches, even in very competitive niches. Particularly on Google, with Google Display Network ads and YouTube ads like we're talking about here, they want to show the ads that have high click-through rates, high conversion rates on the pages you're taking them to, because that makes people want to click on ads in the future. So it's not that hard to make money. You just got to break it all down in simple terms, that's what you got to do. And if you go through all that trouble and you don't run your ads on expanded inventory for yourself, you're throwing away 10% of your money. So if you're going to go through that trouble, don't throw away 10% of your money. But with that said, that is everything in a nutshell that I kind of wanted to go over today, and just therefore wanted to share with you what the case study was that we ran. Thought it was pretty interesting. Did this a while ago. Been running expanded inventory for quite a while now. I thought I would make a video about it. If you liked the video, I'd appreciate it if you give the video a like and consider subscribing to this channel, as I have a ton of other content on this channel about how to make money with ads. It's best information you're going to find on YouTube, I promise you, in terms of real information coming from somebody who just does ad strategy all day long, and it's not just a YouTuber or just a course seller. So I'm bringing you the real test information that we're finding that it's working and that we're using on clients' campaigns to literally guarantee the results so we can get paid. With that said, if you like the channel, in addition to subscribing, you should check out my written material at guaranteeppc.com/blog, as well as my written column that I have over at entrepreneur.com. If you like the material here, you'll love my written material even more. If you have any questions about anything I covered here, you can obviously leave a comment below. If you haven't watched any of my other videos before, I answer every single question/comment that gets posted on my videos, and I don't care what questions you have. I'll be happy to try to answer any ad-related question you have. If you are looking for a little bit more help and you would like to potentially work together and hire our agency, we actually offer a guaranteed PPC service where we do not charge our clients fees until we get you a certain minimum lift in your sales up front, usually without raising your ad spend. And it's just like it sounds. There's no catch or anything other than we got to know we can get great results with your campaign. If you want to see if we can get results on your campaign, you simply have to reach out to us and we'll give you a free analysis and check over what you're doing and see if we can work together potentially. You can reach out to us at guaranteeppc.com. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you about what I can get done for your campaigns. Beyond that, if you are looking to work with a high-powered PPC agency that can get results for your campaigns, we also have been offering campaign templates. If we've worked in your market before, we can simply give you the ads, the campaigns the landing pages, the funnels that work for your industry, and you can copy and paste the success we've been getting in your industry into your own accounts and shortcut all the BS that it takes to figure out how to make millions in that space that you're in. And I promise you, it's going to be, for the one-time fee that we charge for those templates, it's going to be way less than what you're going to have to spend to figure out the same thing for yourself. It makes no sense to figure it out all for yourself when we've already done it all for you. We got people using these templates to start up lead selling businesses and everything else. So if you're interested in that, reach out. I'll let you know what markets we've been in and what results we've got in your market or markets we've been in, and with the templates that we're selling. Beyond that, if you are trying to get help with your campaigns, but you don't necessarily want to pay an agency, we're looking for volunteers that'll let us work on their campaigns for free in exchange of posting the results we're getting with your campaigns on this channel. So if you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me at guaranteeppc.com, as well as we're looking to partner and invest in companies where we can partner, run your ads totally for free, and take a percentage of your sales growth of your company as our payment. And we're also doing those partnerships with companies as well, several of which we can share with you if you just reach out to us about what we're doing with those companies already, which is growing them an exponential amount on an ongoing basis. With that said, I'll wrap it up with that. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next video where we'll have another great strategy for you to be able to make some more money from your online ads for your business as well. See you later.